Hello friends, welcome to Bhavesarki online class.
Let's begin with chapter 24. We are going to see exercise 24. Now they've given us a right angle triangle where one of the side and one of the angle are given to us. One angle is 60, one side is 20. We are supposed to find out the hypotenuse. Now what I'm going to understand is with respect to angle 60, side measuring 20 is the opposite side and side to be calculated, that is hypotenuse, is to be found out. So opposite side upon hypotenuse will give me the ratio of sine. So sine 60 will be equal to opposite side is 20 upon hypotenuse, which is unknown as x. Sine 60 value is root 3 upon 2 equal to 20 upon x. So root 3 into x, I am doing cross multiplication, is equal to 20 into 4. X will be equal to 20 2s are 40 over root 3, and as you know, generally we do not keep the denominator as irrational number. So what I will try to do is rationalize the denominator. Root 3, here I am multiplying by root 3. If I multiply some denominator by some number, numerator has to be multiplied by the same number. So your value of x will be equal to 40 root 3 over 3. This is your final answer for this particular question. We are moving to question number 3. Over here they have given us two right angle triangles, triangle ABC and triangle ABD. In triangle ABC we are given one more angle, that is angle BAC is 60 degree, side BC is 30. In triangle ABD they have given us angle ABD as 90, side AD as 20, and we are supposed to find out the measurement of angle D. Let us see how can we find it out. With respect to angle X, I am talking about right angle triangle ABD. If I want to find the value of X, then I need at least any two sides of this particular triangle. And right now for triangle ABD, I know only one side, that is side AD. So I will try to find out one more side of triangle ABD. For that I am moving on to triangle ABC. Can you see triangle ABC over here? If you can see triangle ABC, I know that tan of angle BAC will be equal to BC over AB, that is opposite side upon adjacent side. Tan of angle BAC is nothing else but tan of 60 degree. BC value we know as 30, AB is unknown. So tan 60 is nothing else but root 3 is equal to 30 upon AB. Now root 3 into AB, AB was in the denominator, I have brought it on the other side as numerator. So AB will be equal to 30 upon root 3. Dear friends, I will try to rationalize the denominator. So what happens here, 30 root 3 over 3, therefore AB is equal to 10 root 3 units. Now first I talk about which triangle you have to understand. I will talk about triangle ABC and I want to find out angle D. So now I will move towards angle D, which is a part of triangle ADB. So in triangle ABD, I know angle ABD is equal to 90 degree. Now if I understand this very well, I have calculated AB value just now. So with respect to X, angle X, AB is opposite side and AD is hypotenuse. So I will talk about sine of angle X will be equal to opposite side, that is AB over AD. So if you understand this, sine of X will be equal to AB is tan root 3 AD is 20. So ultimately sin x becomes root 3 upon 2. And if you know the trigo values of standard angles, I know that sine of 60 degree is equal to root 3 upon 2. Therefore sin x will be equal to sine 60. We are taking away the sine function, so value of x will be equal to 60. This is your final answer. We are moving into question 4, sub question 1 of exercise 24. Dear students, for doing few questions in this particular exercise, you should recall your quadrilateral properties, because if you do not remember those quadrilateral properties which you did in grade 7, grade 8, then you may find a few things difficult. Of course, I will give the explanation wherever required, but still I would suggest that just go back and revise the concept of quadrilaterals. Now they've given us a pentagon, if I'm not mistaken. No. What can you see? AB, BC, CD, AD is a quadrilateral. And from B I have drawn a perpendicular on AD. From C I have drawn a perpendicular on AD. In short, if I look at BCDE, angle C is 90, angle D is 90, angle BED will be 90. Now you may ask me, sir, why BED is 90? My dear friends, BEA is 90, and these two form a linear pair or straight angle. One of the angle is 90, so other will be 90. So in quadrilateral BCDE, 1, 2 and 3 angles are 90 degree. Fourth angle automatically will be 90. Hence quadrilateral BCDE is a rectangle because its all four angles are of 90 degree. So my conclusion is that quadrilateral BCDE is a rectangle. And I hope you know the property of rectangle. Opposite sides are equal. So I will able to say that BE will be equal to CD. I'm talking about BE and CD are equal. Therefore, I will able to say that BE will be equal to 50 meter, and over here DE will be equal to BC, because they are the opposite sides of, both pairs are opposite sides of a rectangle. So DE will be equal to 10 meters. Now question arises, dear friends, that they have not asked sir DE, they have asked AD. Of course, not to worry about how to find out AD. I got DE as 10. I'm putting circle, that means we have calculated. This is 50. Again I'm putting in a circle, that means we have calculated, it was not given. Now if I look at triangle AEB, in triangle AEB, angle AEB is equal to 90 degree. If I look at tan of 45 degree in that triangle, then I can find out the ratio as opposite side upon adjacent side. Tan 45 will be equal to opposite side, that is AE, upon adjacent side, that is BE. We know tabular values, and tan 45 will be equal to 1. AE we do not know, but few minutes back we calculated BE as 50. So here I will be writing down 50. So your AE value also will be equal to 50 meter. 1 into 50 is 50. Question arises, sir, it is AD is asked. Not to worry about it. AD is nothing else but AE. AD is nothing else but AE plus DE. Dear friends, just check it out. AE value is 50 and DE value we calculated as 10. So final answer will be equal to 60 meter. Hence AD value is 60. Taking a very special question, question number 6. ABCD is a rhombus. My dear friends, rhombus is a quadrilateral in which all four sides are equal. They have given us AB as 60 centimeter and entire angle BAD as 60 degree. Now before I go into this particular question, I would like to remind you few properties of rhombus. One of the property, that diagonal of a rhombus bisects the opposite angle. That means diagonal AC will bisect angle BAD. Bisect means divides into two equal parts. Now if you remember, I told you angle BAD is 60, and if it is bisected, then each of this angle will be 30 degree. Fine. I will require name of this point. They have not given any point, my dear friends. If they have not given any point, you can use any of the letters apart from this A, B, C, D. I have taken point M over here, and mind it very well. If you are naming some point, I will suggest you to draw the diagram in answer booklet also. Sometimes students, what they do, they just write down the solution looking at the question in the question paper. I would suggest whenever geometry question comes and there is a diagram question, redraw the diagram in answer booklet. Coming back to the properties of rhombus, one property we learned that diagonals bisects the opposite angles. One more property we should know, that diagonals of rhombus are perpendicular bisector of each other. Whenever first word I see perpendicular, it makes an angle of 90 degree, and bisect each other means divides them into two equal parts. So DM will be equal to BM, as well as AM will be equal to CM. In short, M is midpoint of AC and M is midpoint of BD. So we have recalled two properties of rhombus. I am reminding. One, diagonal of rhombus bisects the opposite angles, and diagonals of rhombus are perpendicular bisector of each other. That means they intersect making an angle of 90, and where they intersect, that point of intersection is the midpoint of each of the diagonal. Having said this much, the question says that we are supposed to find the length of AC as well as BD. We are supposed to find length of AC as well as BD. Now, as we are into trigonometry, one should try to find it out a right angle triangle. If you look at triangle AMB, angle AMB is equal to 90 degrees. So it is a right angle triangle. I know one of its angle as 30 degree. So if I look at this particular angle, say if I take sine of 30 degree, I'll first name the angle, sine of angle MAB. Right, sine of angle MAB, this angle symbol. Okay, sine of angle MAB, sine is opposite, that is BM, upon hypotenuse, that is AB. MAB's value we have calculated as 30, so sine of 30 degree will be equal to BM upon AB will be replaced by 60 because AB's value is 60 given to us. From the tabular values, I can say sine 30 is half. I am bringing this 60 over here, so multiplied by 60 equal to BM. So BM value will be equal to 30 centimeters. Now question arises, sir, they have not asked BM, they have asked BD. And if you remember a few minutes back, we learnt or we recall the property that the diagonals bisect each other. So M is midpoint of BD. So I can say BD will be double of BM. So it will be 60 centimeters. So one of the diagonal we got. Now we are supposed to find out diagonal AC. Now how can we find out diagonal AC? Let us see that if I can find AM, I will able to find out AC. How to find out AM? I can say that cos of angle MAB will be equal to, cos is adjacent upon hypotenuse, will be equal to AM upon AB. So cos of MAB is cos of 60 degree. Sorry, cos of MAB is 30. So cos of 30 degree is equal to AM. AM we do not know. AB we know as 60. As the tabular value goes, you should know the tabular value of cos 30. Cos 30 value is root 3 upon 2. So root 3 upon 2 multiplied by 60 will be equal to AM. So ultimately AM will be equal to 30 root 3 centimeter. But again, question is not to find AM, we are supposed to find out AC, and we learned that diagonals bisect each other, so AC will be double of AM. So ultimately AC will be equal to 60 root 3 centimeter. Double of 30 root 3, hence it will be 60 root 3 centimeter. I am taking question 7 from exercise 24. They have given us few values over here: angle A 45, angle B 60, angle FED 60, FC equal to 20 units, and ED is equal to 30 units. We are supposed to find out AB. My dear friends, this special thing happening over here. You observe this, what I am going to do. From F, I am dropping down a segment. I am drawing a segment such that, say this name be G, such that FG makes an angle of 90 with ED. I have drawn this dotted because I have done as a construction. So before I write down the solution of this particular question, I have to mention over here to make teacher understand that this dotted line is added by you. FG, a construction, draw FG perpendicular to DE. Now I may be a little fast in explanation. If you feel fast, then you can get back to me. First of all, I look at quadrilateral FCDG. Can you see this? FCDG. Here angle FCD is 90, angle CDG is 90, angle FGD is 90. So what will be your conclusion? If three angles of a quadrilateral are 90, then definitely that particular quadrilateral is a rectangle. And if it is a rectangle, then this GD will be equal to FC. So this much part will be 20, and hence EG will be 10, because entire ED is 30. Why this is 20? That we have to understand FC and GD are equal because they are opposite sides of rectangle. So out of this entire 30, this part is entire 30 we know. Out of that 20 has gone, so here is 10. Now question arises, sir, you are doing so many things, but we are supposed to find out AB. My dear friends, it would be very simple to understand now for you that as I told you, it's not so difficult question once you do the calculation, the construction part. It's not difficult at all. Now if I look at the extreme left triangle FCA, just look at this triangle FCA, this particular triangle, one angle is 90 degree, one side is given to you, one angle is given to you. Will you able to find out AC? And if you are quick enough, so I'm talking about right now triangle FAC. If I apply in triangle FAC, 1045 will be equal to FC upon AC, opposite side upon adjacent side. So ultimately, if you calculate with the help of your tabular values, then AC you will able to calculate as 20. So which I'm circling, that is calculated part 20. Same way, if I look at triangle EDB, triangle EDB, I know ED, I don't know BD, I know these are 60. So if I apply tan of 60 degree, you will get that it is nothing else but DE upon BD, which is equal to root 3 is equal to DE. DE is how much? 30 over BD is unknown. So your BD value will be equal to 30 upon root 3. On simplification, if you try to simplify this by rationalizing the denominator, it will be 10 root 3. Of course, it is in terms of units. So I got the value of BD as 10 root 3. Now dear friends, out of the entire AB, I got AC, I got BD. I have to find out CD. Now question arises, sir, how can we find out CD? My dear friends, if you look at triangle FGE now, I'm talking about triangle FGE. Triangle FGE. If I talk about 1060 over there, it is opposite, that is FG over EG. This is nothing else but root 3. FG is unknown. EG value we have already calculated as 10. You can see it is written in circle. So your FG value will be equal to 10 root 3 units. Now FG, we got this FG as 10 root 3. But do you know, we have proven FCDG. FCDG is a rectangle. We got 10 root 3 this also will be 10 root 3. So if I want to find out AB now, what will be AB? AB will be equal to 20 plus 10 root 3 plus 10 root 3. This will be your final answer. Remember, these two cannot be added because this is irrational number and this is a rational number. So these two cannot be added. Final answer will be 20 plus 20 root 3. I am taking question number 8. If you have understood question number 7, then question number 8 should not be a difficult task. Only thing which I would like to remind you is they have given us quadrilateral ABCD is an isosceles trapezium. Trapezium is a type of quadrilateral in which one pair of opposite side is parallel and other pair is unparallel. That is, AB and CD here are parallel, AD and BC are not parallel. They have mentioned not only trapezium, they have mentioned as isosceles trapezium. My dear friends, whenever they say isosceles trapezium, that means its non-parallel sides are equal in length. Hence AD is 20, so BC also will be 20 centimeter. If angle A is 60, then angle B also will be equal to 60 degree. These conditions written in green, they had given us, but it was not given directly. Indirectly they had given us in the form of it is an isosceles trapezium. Now dear friends, they have asked us to find out the value of AB or the length of AB as well as distance between these two sides. To calculate the distance between these two sides, I am dropping down a perpendicular. Say this is DM and here I am saying it as say CN. Now it's pretty simple. They have given one more value of thing as DC 20 centimeter. Now if you understand, I will able to prove that quadrilateral DMNC is a rectangle. I can prove it easily. So MN will be equal to 20 centimeter. If I look at triangle AMD, it is a right angle triangle and I know one of the angle other than right angle. So I will able to calculate AM. Similarly, in triangle BNC, an angle is 90, angle B is 60, one side is given. You will able to find out the value of BN over here. Once you get AM, you get BN, you can calculate AB by substituting the values and adding them up. So you got AB. Now question arises, they have asked this distance DM. So my dear friends, in triangle ADM, you know one side you calculated, second side you know two angles, out of that one is right angle. You can find out this by suitable trigonometric ratio. So this question as such is not difficult, but for your revision of the concept, whenever they say isosceles trapezium, it means non-parallel sides are equal as well as base angles are equal. We shall see one word problem. And remember, as I told you, exercise 24 is completely based on trigonometrical standard angle values, nothing new concept. Now how they have framed this question that we have to understand. It reads something like this. A ladder is placed against a vertical tower. If the ladder makes an angle of 30 degree with the ground and reaches up to the height of 15 meter of a tower, find the length of the ladder. Now question arises, sir, they have not given any diagram. So you have to assume, say this is a tower, and if you want to keep the ladder, you can keep it many ways, but they have already mentioned that ladder makes an angle of 30 degree with the ground. So this will be 30 degree. This is your ladder, say AC is your ladder. This entire is a tower, but ladder is reaching to the tower up to 15 meter. So for us, this part of the tower is not important, so I can even remove it. And remember, by default, any tower, pole will be perpendicular to the ground. BC represents ground, AC represents ladder, and AB represents tower of height 15 meter. Now question is, what is the length of this particular ladder? We are supposed to find out AC. Now dear friends, if you know the things, how to calculate it, very simple. One angle is right angle, here 30. This is opposite side, we are supposed to find out hypotenuse. So sine of 30 will be equal to AB over AC, right? Sine 30 will be half, AB is 15, AC is unknown. Ultimately, value of AC will be equal to 30 meters. My dear friends, this kind of word problems, they are apparently difficult. Once you draw the diagram correctly, you will able to solve the things very quickly, because it's just application of standard values of trigonometrical ratios. And remember one more thing, whenever you draw the diagram, you have to mention what part is represented by which part of the figure. Like if I just write down this much, my teacher may not give me marks at all, because I have not represented. So whenever word problem is there and you have drawn the diagram, then just mention AB represents tower. Besides, you write down 15 meter. AC represents ladder. Fine. Angle ACB 30 degree. This represents angle of ladder with ground. So if you are able to draw the diagram perfectly and represent this much part, then calculation is much simpler. Question 16 is also a word problem. They mentioned that a kite is attached to a 100-meter long string. Find the greatest height reached by the kite when the string makes an angle of 60 degree with the level of ground. My dear friends, whoever has a experience of kite flying, whenever you are flying kite, your string goes like this, but this case will not be considering. We'll be considering string as a straight one. Fine. This is technically true. Here we are taking as a practical thing. Say this is kite, this is ground level. It makes an angle of 60 degree with it. String's length is 100 meter. From ground, how much away the kite is? Perpendicular height they have asked. So again, as I told you, this being a word problem, you will by side mention over here that K represents kite, GK is a string attached to it 100-meter length, angle KGM is the angle made by the string with the ground level at 60 degree, and we are supposed to find out KM. My dear friends, if you take ratio of sine 60 here, what will happen? KM over GK, that is opposite side upon hypotenuse. Sine 60 is root 3 by 2. GK is 100 km. So root 3 upon 2 into 100. So km will be equal to 50 root 3 meters. My dear friends, I would like to clarify something. Root 3 value is 1.732. In some of the schools, in grade 9, they are not expecting to substitute the value of root 3 and calculate up to 2 decimal or 3 decimal. It differs from school to school. So if your school is expecting answer in decimal, then I would request you, wherever root 3 value comes in any of the question of exercise or anywhere in the entire syllabus of 9th, you just substitute the value of root 3 as 1.732, multiply it and get the answer. So remember, at many of the places while explanation I have not substituted root 3 value. If your school asks for substitution of root 3 value, then you have to just multiply it. That's all from this chapter.